Michel Pereira versus Khaos Williams takes place this weekend on the main card of UFC Fight Night Vegas 17, Thompson versus Neal, and I can't wait for this welterweight matchup. You've got Michel Pereira Demolidor versus Kalinn Williams. Khaos himself is coming to the cage once more. He only fought last month against Abdulrazak Al-Hassan and had an amazing KO there. Before that, he KO'd Alex Morono in the first round as well on short notice earlier in the year, but he's staying a little bit more active because he knows this is a great position on the card for him. Even though in the last card, he was on the co-main event, I think all fighters realise they really want to be on this card at the end of the year because this one's going to do great numbers. It's got a bunch of big names on the card. There's going to be a ton of eyes on them. I'm looking forward to it, but Kalinn Williams, who was named Kalinn his entire life before he became a decently good fighter, and now he's changed his name to Khaos Williams, and by decently good fighter, he beat a bunch of guys, changed his name to Khaos. I think all fighters should change their first name from now on because Khaos Williams, he's not called Khaos Williams, but now he's called Khaos Williams. It's that easy, I guess. So I think all fighters should take a page out of Kalinn Williams' book, okay, and call themselves something cool in their first name, and then they'll start getting a little bit more hype behind them, and maybe they'll start one-punch KOing people as well while they're at it. I will say this. Khaos Williams is a very dangerous man. His KO win against Abdulrazak Al-Hassan was so deadly. A knockout blow, and some people say KO. There's a lot of TKOs going around in the UFC that are getting called KOs. Abdulrazak Al-Hassan got KO'd badly. Flat backwards, back of the head smashes off the canvas, out cold for a while when Khaos Williams just walks off, straight right down the pipe, 30 seconds into the bout. Before that, under 30 seconds, 27 seconds into the bout, he KOs Alex Morono. I do want to mention this, however, and there's a question I have for Khaos Williams, which is why I am going to be picking the slight favourite of Michel Pereira in this bout. I think Michel Pereira is going to school him. Over 3 rounds, I think Michel Pereira is going to make him look a fool, because I'm not saying this is not a close fight when I say that, and I can already hear those dislikes. I can hear them, man. They're echoing around my brain as I say those words. That doesn't mean I don't think this is close. I just believe that the only chance Khaos Williams has of winning is to land that perfect one-punch shot in the first round that he has done for his last 2 fights. I don't see him winning if this goes past that, because I'll tell you this. Upon trying to research this fight, I went back and watched some of Khaos Williams' fights in the regional shows. And here come those dislikes. Has anyone else watched his fights? And this is, I know a lot of people say, oh, you can't really tell from back then. It was in the end of 2019, okay? Wonderboy hasn't fought since this last bout for Khaos Williams against Jeremy Holloway in 2019 in November. He's shit. He is absolute fucking shit, man. I've watched his fights. I've watched a lot of them. I watched a fight with Peja Khaos as well, who's a guy who is 7-7, and that was at the end of 2018. That's only 2 years ago, guys. The last one was only a year ago, and I watched another fight as well. He is so fucking shit, man. And I don't know how he's done this. I actually envy him so much. There's jealousy in my voice right now. I don't know how he's pulled this fucking shit off. He is so shit. I'm genuinely serious. If you haven't seen his fights, please go back and watch those fights. If that one punch in the first round doesn't land against Abdulrazak Al-Hassan and he doesn't catch Alex Morono coming in reckless with a big punch, I think he gets destroyed by both of them, man. If he doesn't land this one punch KO in the first round against Michel Pereira, who's not known for getting KO'd in his career. I know he's got some TKO losses by way of a legal knee, of course, against Diego Sanchez. Also got ground and pounded out against Dusko Todorovic and got finished there. But if the one punch KO doesn't land, I think Michel Pereira, and I'm going to hazard this bet as well, is going to go out there and make Khaos Williams look like a fucking bum. And I think it's going to be a very sad situation because I'm rooting for Khaos Williams. I like his KOs. I think if he gets a KO over here against Michel Pereira, he should be jumping way up those rankings because we've got a star on our hands if he can get past Michel Pereira. I just don't see it happening, man. Go back and watch his regional fights with a guy like Jeremy Holloway. If he doesn't get the perfect situation in the first 20 seconds, which he failed to do against guys in Tony Hervey, 17-19, and guys like PJ Khaos in 7-7, there is no finishing ability in him whatsoever. He runs out there swinging like a fucking, and I'm going to use this word, and I'm so aggressive here. I've never been more aggressive in a prediction video, but I'm hazarding my bets that he's going to get exposed here. And I would love to see him prove me wrong. I fucking dare you! I dare you, Khaos Williams. Fluke this again, bitch. Fluke this again. You ain't getting away with this. You're going to get exposed, okay? In my opinion. I know this sounds a bit like hatred, but I'm just so confident that he's not going to land that one punch in the first round. And I know what people are going to say. Oh, you don't know, dude. He reinvented himself in that 2.5 months off. He didn't fucking reinvent himself after 2.5 months off. I think he's fluking one-punch KOs. Other fights in his career, 17-19 guy. March of 2019. Not even 2 years ago, okay? Not even 2 years ago. March of 2019, he's taking Tony Hervey 17-19 to a decision win, and it's sloppy. And then he takes 7-7, Peja Khaos to a decision win as well, and he loses moments in that fight. He gets rocked. He gets his mouthpiece blown out. He gets comboed up real badly, swinging like a retard, man. I don't know how he's done it. I don't know how the fuck this guy's pulled this shit off. But he has made it happen. I actually envy him so much. Maybe there is hatred in my voice here, because I envy this guy so much. This guy is performing his career like how I do in my dreams of becoming a UFC fighter one day, which is never going to happen because I'm not going to do that shit. I like my brain. But at the same time, when I dream of myself as a UFC career, I know all UFC fans do this as well. When they're late at night, they think to themselves, right, who would I take on first? When would my contract increase to this one? Then I would take a jump up here. Then I would jump this weight division on short notice and take on that guy. I have these thoughts late at night. Trust me, everyone does, I'm sure. He's literally the guy that I think, like, in my dreams, I go out there, I land a one punch, and I don't have to show anything else. And I just get the one punch KO, walk off, everything's fine. In his fights, man, he's swinging like an idiot. He's got no defensive striking whatsoever. Bad takedowns. I know he's somehow managed to grind out these guys that are 7-7 and 17-19. Tony Hervey fight. The Peja Khaos fight was getting hit with uppercuts, running forward, trying to push Khaos against the cage, getting hit with combo shots, back and forth, a bunch of them after his chin's wide out there exposed. His footwork is shit. He might fluke this, though. He might actually fluke this. And I know a lot of people are going to watch this. Please, I urge you, go back and watch the fight with Peja Khaos. Go back and watch the fight with Jeremy Holloway. He's swinging like a nonce. I don't know why he's a nonce. I don't know why I said nonce. He's not touching kids. He's swinging just idiotically, man. Like an absolute moron. And Jeremy Holloway's tagging him with shots. He tagged Jeremy Holloway with big, powerful shots, and Holloway ate them well. Took them. I know Holloways are known for their good chins, as you'll know, from Max Holloway as well. But Jeremy Holloway took those shots, came back. It was a competitive fight through and through, very close one. Khaos Williams, a tendency he has, which is something Michel Pereira is 100% going to be looking out for, is that Khaos Williams shoots a takedown in the last minute of every single round of his fights. Every single round of his fights, it's somewhat competitive on the feet with these absolute cans with negative records. It's competitive on the feet. He goes for the takedown late in the round, and he secures himself the round off of that takedown. He might have been winning the round anyway, but he makes sure to go for that takedown with a minute left, get on top of him, land some ground and pound, look good in the judge's eyes, and get himself the win. He does it every single end of the round whenever he goes to a decision. So that's something that Michel Pereira is going to have to look out for. But one of the matchups, and one of the key parts of this matchup I want to talk about, is that Michel Pereira is not Abdulrazak Alhassan. He's not slow, ploddy, looking for shots coming forward, touching, trying to tap at your leg. He's not that kind of guy. He's not the Alex Morono who's going to come in, looking for shots. Now he's going for it, and there's going to be a big moment. Michel Pereira will sit on the outside. He will feint. He will jump off the cage. He will do a backflip. He will use footwork side to side, create a weird angle. I don't see him getting caught down the center line with those shots, with his sporadic movement. I think he's going to make Khaos Williams look very foolish over 3 rounds, much like he did against Alim Amadiev. And I was so glad we saw that as Alim Amadiev fight before this one, because, listen, a Tristan Connolly bout worries me. Okay, but he said he had a bad weight cut. And to be fair to him, his cardio in that fight with Connolly, he's doing like double backflips in the cage. Like, he doesn't do that against Amadiev. Like, yeah, he jumps off the cage here and there and does some flary stuff with his hands and the slaps. I think he needs to dial down the backflips and somersaults, which sounds crazy to give as advice to someone who's already in the UFC, but maybe he should stop the backflips. And it seems like when he doesn't do those crazy theatrics, He really looks good over 3 rounds. Even against Diego Sanchez where he lost, he was just tuning Diego Sanchez up like he was absolutely nothing. Eventually landed the illegal knee, which gave Diego Sanchez the win. But still, Zelim Imadaev bout, he just tuned him up badly. And I've never seen Khaos Williams do anything close to that. I think Khaos Williams might get KO'd here as well. I've seen him take shots against these young guys, not young guys, against these terrible guys on the regional shows. And he doesn't take them too well. And he doesn't like getting hit on the chin. I think Michel Pereira is going to go out there, dance around him, land big shots, escape the first minute, and just piece him apart for the last 3 rounds, maybe finish him in the third. I'm going to go with Michel Pereira getting the job done. I'll say 3rd round finish. 3rd round TKO to Michel Pereira or a 30-27 decision every single round. Maybe even some 10-8s in there as well. It depends how tough Khaos Williams is. I just know fluky when I see one, man. I think he's landing perfect shots on people that are standing there right in front of him and falling into this hype about him standing there directly still, looking at the floor, like acting like nothing's going to happen. He's like he's lagging, dead still. He did that in his other bouts as well. Before he got to the UFC, he's standing there doing his thing, goes out there, guy throws a leg kick hard, it knocks him off balance, the perfect shot's gone. And it doesn't happen. And I think it's not going to happen here because Peja does things weirdly. And it's not going to line up with how Khaos Williams wants his perfect thing to go. Michel Pereira gets it done. I'm sorry if I ranted on Khaos Williams here. But it needs to be said. You guys got to watch his earlier fights, man. Some of those decisions. If he gets to the belt, it will be the craziest. This will be unprecedented. I don't even think that's a word. I'm making up words. If he gets to the belt somehow, or if he wins this fight somehow, I've never seen anything like it, man. Go back and watch his fights. Go back and watch his fights. I know you can improve, yeah. But there's only so much you can improve in a year. I think he's going to get really badly hurt, man. I think he's going to get his legs chewed up. He's got good grappling against absolute cans that were able to get back up as well. You saw this in the fight with Jeremy Holloway. Holloway was able to get right back up. Spent some time on the ground in the 3rd round, but then worked his way back up in the 1st round. Khaos Williams took him down again. He got back up there. In the 2nd round, he was able to get back up. I think if Michel Pereira gets back up like Jeremy Holloway does, which I think he is going to be able to do, because before that bout with Khaos Williams, Jeremy Holloway was off a really bad performance split decision over Mark Stevens, 24-11. Really bad, razor-close split decision. I believe that's why Khaos Williams took the bout with him. And I think Michel Pereira ain't that level of guy. He's going to make Khaos Williams look pretty foolish in there. But there is still that 35% chance that Khaos Williams flukes it. I don't want you guys to tell me, and I know if Khaos Williams wins, my prediction is going to be wrong. I understand that, guys. I really do. But it's a fluke, man. If he gets that KO in the 1st round, I understand that there's skill to that KO punch that he's landing, and there's some dedication and focus to landing that big shot. I think he's fluking this shit, man. I really do. I've never seen the change like this. Like, it's just this time the punch lands, but I don't think this time it does. Michel Pereira's got a good chin. He's taken good shots in his career. He moves around weirdly. I think he's going to do some crazy stuff early. Land a leg kick, land a front kick, throw a head kick or something along those lines, like a jumping, spinning wheel kick or something along those lines crazy that Michel Pereira does. He's going to throw off the perfect moment for Khaos Williams, and then he's going to get really badly toyed with and probably slapped up in those later rounds, because this whole prediction video should just be me saying, go and check his fucking fights on regional shows. McGregor, on regional shows. Fucking, even Burkina, a great fighter in the regional shows. Cage Warriors, dominant guy, still doing good in his career now, by the way. I think he may be coming off a couple of losses now, but went on after the McGregor fight to do well in his career. McGregor, good head movement, slips outside, lands the big uppercut, lands the good shots over good credentialed guys on the regional shows. All of these other guys that rise up through the divisions. You've got Kevin Holland, gets his win over Jeff Neal on the regional shows and looks good while doing it. A little bit sloppy here and there, but looks good overall while doing it. You can tell that these guys are good. He ain't, man. He ain't. And he might fluke it. And I dare him to. I dare the MMA gods to favour someone so much. I dare them to. He's going to get badly hurt, in my opinion, by Michel Pereira. And I think it's... I'm not saying this isn't a close fight. 40% chance he lands that big shot in the 1st round. 60% chance, in my opinion, Pereira doesn't get hit with that big shot in the 1st round. And if he doesn't get hit with that big shot in the 1st round, I think he's going to completely molest him over 3. Thank you for watching. Click that button up there. Like and subscribe. Sorry, Khaos Williams, if you're watching. Or Kalinn, should I call you? You know what I'm saying? Government name. Goodbye.